G'day and welcome to the new start of a campaign in Hearts of Iron 4. So this time we're going to be trying to see what we can do as France. In the same vein we're doing Germany, Italy, Japan and Russia. We'll be jumping in as quickly as we can, seeing what we can do before Germany has a chance to build up. So yeah, we're basically going to go for the United Kingdom and then try and take over the USA, get a bunch of factories. We could probably do a naval invasion of the US without taking the English land, but we'll do it this way anyway. Focus on one at a time. Now we're going to go for pretty typical start with the research. Unfortunately, France start with just the 3 slots, but we'll make do. Now, our army is grabbed from everywhere. Alright, who else do we have? People out on the islands, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bring them all in, and for now, we just want to grab the motorized, and we do have a couple of tanks, which of course jumps around, doesn't give us what we want. Alright, give me them. So that's 12. Right, so we can cut out, say, 2 of them, put them back in. So these 10 are going to begin their naval invasion planning from Dunkirk to next to Norwich. And I've started splitting over these two because there doesn't seem to usually be anybody in that port. Alright, and then after that we're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 provinces there, and then move up to Scotland, take Glasgow and Rosyth, just make sure that's going from the right starting point, so that should be all good. Alright, they'll do this under the command of this dude, Panzer Alphonse Jeune, and then the rest will be under the control of, well, it's going to have to be a defensive old guard, because that's all we've got, so Alphonse Georges. All good for them. And then our planes, except for the guys on the carrier, will come together in Calais, going to the English Channel and doing all the things. Alright, and then we'll grab all the fleets. They should all be able to merge. And we'll put them in Brittany, I guess, over in Brest. Tell them to merge. Alright, civilian factories, we're just going to make military factories. 70s, oh, there's an 80 though. So we're going to ignore doing ports in the coastal provinces. We're going to let England survive, technically, so they can keep their fleet. And we won't really need much of a fleet once we take UK and America out of the picture. Right, now, France have very disappointing national focus tree. Air focus and navy focus, we obviously don't care about. Government reform is where we're going to go. The army, I usually just do this aggressive focus tract. And this is just building up random bits. It does have the extra research slots, pretty easy to get to. More than 75 factories for the last one, so we'll definitely get down there. But we'll start off trying to support the left, and we'll finish off, we'll gain Maurice Thorez, because you don't actually have to buy him, just get him straight out. And then we'll grab the recruitable population from national mobilisation. Then we don't want to join the Comintern, and probably don't really want to do humanitarian. So yeah, start with government reform for the points. Now, basic training. We have 2 different types of tanks here. So these guys have the motorized in, which means they're fantastic with speed and defense, which is the important bit for us. Whereas the other guys, Brigade de Chars de Combat, are just straight out tanks with terrible defense. So I'd prefer to just train these ones and infantry. But reinforcement's going to be top priority. These guys can pop out in Dunkirk. And want them to auto-join this one. Though they probably won't, but yeah, stick them on there for now. Do that infinitely. And remember to actually turn them up. Alright, go 15 of them and fill up this with how many are left. Right, there's a bit of an issue with our population. Alright, pretty major issue. So I guess we're just going to go for 15 of these. Get about 60,000 in the bank. Don't think we need to reinforce men. No, just infantry equipment and was it artillery? And yeah, we've only got 6 military factories, which is horrendous for a starting point. That's why Germany just steamroll France. And we're only going to bother making one of these, just finish off the one that's there. Submarine 2 will go up to infinite. We'll put that at the bottom of the list. destroyers, battle cruisers, and light cruisers, followed by subs. Alright, these need to join in the Troisième Regional Naval. That'll be the one that everybody else merges into. Pretty sure it's that one. Remember it was the third one, Troisième. Yep. Okay. That doesn't matter. Insufficient resources is an oil issue. Could try and get some from the UK. That'll do. And low manpower. Alright, let's go up to speed 5. So that'll take 5 minutes for the setup. And we're only receiving half of it. Why is that? Low trade influence. Okay. Never actually looked at that as an issue. If we try from the US. Getting it all from them. Okay, fair enough. And the fleet are coming together. Flotte du Extrême, wherever. Alright, they've all arrived. And yeah, should probably tell these guys to actually come up and arrive. So we're going to give them a fallback line in Dunkirk. Everybody attached to it, so they can just stream straight across once we invade the UK. I was going to say US. Now, out of interest, what do France actually hold over here? Yeah, it's a bit far for a naval invasion, but you could do the US as a starting point. They also hold Saint Pierre and Miquelon. So you could do a naval invasion from here into the actual main area up there. Probably be the quickest way to take over the US. But we'll go with killing the UK and taking the Bahamas. Has the benefit of breaking open the Allies. And controlling this early on. Take the English Channel. Alright, the planes. Where do we throw them? These guys. Group them together. Alright, really militarization of the Rhineland. So, we're going to issue a diplomatic objection. So, we don't want to be dragged into a too early a war with Germany. Alright, most of these planes will actually be shot down. Because, yeah, they're French. Alright, so we're going through reversing Versailles. It means we can get started on our army doctrine early. Missing fighters, naval bombers, tactical bombers, yes. And the ones we got queued up are going to take forever. Wish this had two separate timers. One for people in the field and one for just training. It's annoying they keep them together. Alright, there's a lot of infantry equipment needs to come in there. Alright, electronic mechanical engineering. We'll go for mechanical computing. So it's just the Rhineland ticking down at the moment. Alright, now, of course, France start off with 30% communist. So let's go with negotiating a deal. Brings this up to 37%. Parti communiste français. And fantastic supply up in Normandy. Alright, public demands rearmament. So this is one where we get to change civilian economy. And there's no reason that you wouldn't do that. People have the right to feel safe. Brings this up. Which makes it less worthwhile spending points on war economy early. Although, this is still at 30%. Speed turnaround, so we probably will do war economy if we have spare political power. God, I really hate this Allied music. Alright, revised Versailles. Now we need to support the left. Gives us the communism support plus 0.2. Alright, machine tools and Chauchat and Stokes mortars. So we need concentrated industry. And I would like to get construction speed. Got a bunch of civilian factories. Yeah, 40 civilian. Alright, Addis Ababa is done. So, modifying our government. First thing we're going to want to do is get a chief of army. Otherwise I'll forget. No. Army offense is the guy I was going to look for. Division speed would be nice for the motorized. Motorized attack and defense. Let's go for René Priou. Right, before I forget, we're going to park our boats right there for the start of that part of the war. And they can have the highest skill guy. We are pretty heavy on the submarines, but just go for ships in first contact. Francois Dalin. Right, and once we take the UK out of the picture, Germany's going to just steamroll Czechoslovakia and Poland, because nobody's going to be defending them. Which does mean we could join the Comintern and drag the Soviets into a war against Germany, which is probably what we're going to end up doing. Because even with our massive number of factories, if we're trying to do stuff particularly early, Germany's still a hard nut to crack because of the Siegfried line. Even if we came around through Belgium, Germany would probably push us back if we don't have all of our tanks ready first. Alright, we're supporting left. Let's go leftist rhetoric, just to get that guy to improve the speed of our conversion to communist. Next election's 1940, it's a bit far off. Alright, Spain are doing their thing. Now we could go help the Republicans, no, because we're still not communist yet. Alright, Olympic Games are over. We just separated them. Wow. Usually take a bit longer to destroy Republican Northern Spain. Republican Navarra. Spanish versus Spanish fleets down there. Alright, we got 74 days for everything. After leftist rhetoric, do we want this straight out? I think we do for the population increase. Removes disjointed government, which is giving us, I think it's just the, no, political power cost as well. So yeah, definitely want to rush into that. And I think we have a, what are they? Silent Workhorse. Should have gone with him first. Otherwise, yeah, that 0.2 per day is shocking. Alright, communism is on the rise. So at the moment we're on 41.23. Let's go for, I don't know, internal support. And national mobilization. Alright, soldiers desert to communist partisans. So recruitable pop comes down slightly, but change in popularity of communist, fantastic. Gives you extra support as well. But it doesn't matter, because we're over 57 now. So we should flip very soon. We start fabricating on the UK. As he fortifies East Asia. Well, he's got his things squared away, doesn't he? Public support is efficient, there should be a coup. Revisit the Matignon. Alright, what does the Matignon agreement actually give us? Well, we do need to remove that anyway, so sure, remove the Matignon. Help out our production. Up to 63% support, so we should flip any day now. Would usually be starting a war by now, we just haven't even started fabricating yet. Stupid democratic starts. Kill those allies. Alright, that was mechanical plus construction plus concentrated. So we want radio. And then we want, yeah, it's not really too early. Concentrated industry and construction speed. I do want to do the army doctrine, but not really justifiable quite yet. Now, what kind of an army do England start with? About 40, so smaller than ours. How are we looking on these? Bad. They demand a referendum. It is preferable to a bloody revolt. So, what was it? 12th of December. Let's go to London. Justify conquering Sussex. Need 10 more political power. And we've still got a disjointed government for a little bit. Alright, national mobilization. Should we go straight in? No. Want to work our way down to our extra research slot. So, Metropolitan France. Really should have gone for that workhorse in the first guy. fine. Only lost about a week here. Alright. Only acquired 48. Thought it was 50. Cool. So, 25% for us justifying on the UK. Way more than you get with any of the other early starts. France or Poland. Probably because they're the leader of the Allies, I guess. And when exactly is that going to be ready to go? 23rd of August, 1937. Alright, how are we looking on infantry equipment? We need another 11,000. Making 60-ish per day. But we are making more factories, so yeah, that'll increase. That's increasing as well. Should be okay. Oil situation isn't too bad. It's just for these guys that don't matter too much at the moment anyway. Let's just finish the one battle cruiser and the one light cruiser. After we finish off submarines, don't want to forget that we're going to need convoys. And just doing a bit of planning ahead because we've got nothing else to do. Let's go for light cruisers, destroyers, and heavy cruisers, and then battle cruisers. Alright, Metropolitan France. Give us industrial expansion. Troisième Région Navale. Alright, it's March. So a couple of months to go. How are we looking on motorised and everything? Light tanks are a little far behind. 4,000 days. Motorised, 1,600 days. Alright, artillery, 200 days. That's better. Yeah, the infantry equipment's coming along nicely. And our rate of production is still increasing as well. We're about to get the last factory out on the 26th. Good. Alright, so they're about a year off. There'll be things to replace from this war against the UK as well, but we should be okay. Lots of light tanks, lots of infantry, lots of motorised. Alright, radio. Too early for 38 tech. What's the other thing? Yeah, artillery, since we're using them. Throw them in. And what is our actual main force? There's 28 of them. With support artillery, yeah. So that's a decent size sort of thing. Support artillery and recon there. Just recon here. So the artillery is going to be going to the infantry. Alright, what are we waiting on? August? 23rd. Oh, democratic starts can be so slow. Alright, industrial expansion. We need more military factories. I'll give us 5 more. Ooh, the Hindenburg survived. Alright, Maurice. Almost got 3/4 in there. And what are we having? National mobilisation gave us... Oh, I forgot about the extra pop that we got. Alright. In that case, get them started now. No reason not to. And we also got support the left. Doesn't really matter. We can modify the government. Right, we do want to grab the silent workhorse that should have been the first guy. Bring us up to 1.3 per day. He makes a huge difference at the start because it's the extra 15% on the base, not on the amount that you would have otherwise had. Alright, concentrated industry, etc. We want production efficiency cap up. And that's the last of them. Not doing any of them. Start with our land doctrine research for maximum planning. We'll not be able to use against the UK or the USA, but we'll use it against the rest of Europe afterwards. And we're going to have to be careful who we attack. We're going to have to attack Democrats for a while. Germany's going to be able to go through Poland. We want to take Belgium and the Netherlands before Germany can. And yeah, we won't be able to attack Italy or Spain because I assume they'd join the Axis. Spain might not, but if you declare on them, chances are Germany will defend. Alright, the interwar artillery, June, July, August, be ready just after or just before the war starts? 23rd, it'll be pretty close. And that land doctrine research time thing is horrendous. How do we get rid of victors of the Great War? It's not one of them. We'll track it down after. Alright, Soviets are doing their purges. We can grab our extra research slot now. We've just got extra factories, so support equipment's coming up. Support equipment is already positive. So I should probably switch that around for motorized for the next ones. Put them there. Alright, fleet's in position. Air Force is in position. As horrendous as the French Air Force is. What's our total? 705 to their, I don't know, wow, very high thousands. It's got to be about 1 3/4,000, I'd say. Alright, we've concentrated our fleet of 138 ships. He's got double that, but they're spread out. Alright, the 27th, 23rd. Alright, there we go. Justification is done, but I'm going to take a short break here, and when we come back, we will declare war on the UK, hopefully take them over pretty quickly, and start justifying on the US. So, just out of interest, at the moment, that would take 210 days. We'll start it just after we declare the war, because tension should come up significantly, and shorten that time. Alright, thanks for watching. See you soon.